Why is it that we feel frazzled all of a sudden? Why is it we feel triggered? Why do we feel activated? Why is it that something comes out of nowhere to shock us and then we get stirred up physically, emotionally, intellectually? Why is it that something jolts us like that? I'm Dr. Catherine Kelly, and I'm going to talk a little bit about how trauma and the soul are related. The world looks different than it did just last week. And the election for the United States, and I'm talking about this for everybody in the world because I know I have people who watch from different countries. The election that happened last week really triggered a lot of trauma. And I want to help you understand how trauma and the soul are related from the soul side of things. We can understand it intellectually from the human side, but I want to help you understand this from the deeper part of us. So many of the reasons why people were triggered last week by all of this is that really this upcoming president represents everything we've been trying to outgrow. And so it was a hopeful kind of thing to maybe think it wasn't going to happen, but because it's happening, it's stirring a lot of trauma. It's stirring a lot of stuff. And I want to help you understand that. So, for instance, any woman who's been sexually assaulted or sexually abused or treated inappropriately by a man is reacting very strongly right now if they are aware, and I'm saying this on purpose, if they are aware that that is not okay. Because for people who don't know that's okay because of their programming or wherever they are in life, they might be okay with the situation. But anybody who is sexually activated right now because of this, sexually traumatically activated, is reacting from that. Anyone, male or female, who has been suppressed by a dominating male is activating right now. Anybody who's been through a war right now is activating right now. Anybody who is experiencing something they don't really know what it is, it's probably because of some form of soul trauma, something that is coming up from a memory, whether you know what the memory was or not, but it's an energetic memory that is activating you in order to go, oh no, this is not okay. So, when I talk about trauma in the soul, I talk about the fact that there's an energetic imprint that is left on that deepest part of us when we have had some sort of trauma in the past. And that's the past in this lifetime or previous lifetimes. Anytime a subsequent trauma or stressor that has the slightest bit of resonance with the original trauma, when that happens, that original trauma becomes activated. It's like the lid pops off, something gets activated again. Our sensitivities to whatever it was back then are heightened again now. And so we have these energetic imprints that are left on us if we don't know what to do with them and don't know how to heal them or try to ignore them, that will get reactivated at any given time if, in fact, we have another trauma, which the human condition is traumatizing. It is something that is full of stressors, full of situations that are going to activate us. So whether it is a past sexual trauma that is reactivated, whether it is a fear of war that's reactivated, whether it is fear of poverty, fear of oppression of any sort, fear of having to flee, anything that you've had in your soul's path, this lifetime or previous lifetimes, that was there before is going to be activated when you have a similar fear now. Just this past Friday, I was asked to go to an area near where well, not near, in the middle of where the hurricane hit 6 weeks ago, and do a disaster response kind of talk with people because there's a treatment center there that was very close to the path of the flooding, and they lost power. They had to take care of all their patients. They had no contact with the outside world. One of their staff members was killed, unfortunately, in the situation. There's so many things that happened and so much trauma there. And when I was talking to them, I basically say, number one, every experience that you're having right now is normal because everybody is going to react differently. And that has all to do with the kind of trauma, the kind of discomfort we've had in the past that is energetically imprinted on us as individuals. And nobody can have the exact same kind of trauma. Nobody can have the exact same kind of energetic imprint because our individual souls are laced and seasoned with so many of our own experiences that look not anything like someone else's. So we are all going to have our own reaction. And similarly, with this election, we are all having our own reactions depending on what we were already processing, what we were already working on, what we were thinking was going to happen, but then didn't happen. We will all have an individual experience that is very different. And that is how the psyche and the soul are related, that our psyche and our soul are individual kinds of things. You cannot package them. You cannot put it in a textbook for everybody because everybody's textbook is different. But this is the most important time to really start understanding your own soul. If there were ever a time, this is the time to start understanding that your soul exists, that your soul is feeling activated. That is your soul. And that's why when you talk through things with people and they don't understand it, that's why, because your soul has been laced and seasoned with all of your own traumas. They're not going to get your traumas because they have traumas of their own. So that's something that I have been experiencing, is that I will talk to a few friends about this and I can tell they don't get it. And it's because this is my own trauma, that's their own trauma. And so we have to realize this is such an important time to start understanding the soul as an individual and unique entity that cannot be boxed. But it's the only way that we're going to help, as practitioners and educators and coaches, help you understand what's going on with you. And it's also the only way you as individuals will understand what is going on with you when you start going within, when you start going, okay, what is this triggering in me? What is my individual story? What is my individual experience in this? So whether it's about the election, whether it's about the hurricane, whether it's about a job loss or a marital loss or whatever it might be, it's about the soul's experience. It's your own individual story that makes the difference. And so the psyche and the soul, again, cannot be more essential in understanding in order to get you further in your own soul's development. So the Soul of Psychology series, this book series that I'm doing, and now this video series that I'm doing, is really, I'm trying to crack the seal for a lot of people to understand that what is going on with you is something deeper than just the psyche. Our psychology and our psychological health is absolutely instrumental, but it is our soul's health that is essential in us getting where we need to be. And it is also our soul's health that will basically guarantee that we are going to get through anything in life. It's if we're only looking at psyche and trying to heal the psychological part of us, it's not enough. We have to heal and evolve the internal part of us, that soul part of us, in order to get any further. So I'm going to keep sprinkling out into the world videos that will help you understand the experiences that are related to the soul, because the soul really cannot be fully explained or defined. It has to be experienced. And right at the moment, there are more people than ever that I know that are experiencing this kind of reaction and this kind of response. You're being triggered, you're being activated in one way or another. So it's even more important for us to understand that that is your soul that is reacting. That is your soul. That is your deepest part of yourself. It is trying to tell you something, probably both about healing and about moving forward. And it's a matter of getting the stress out of the way so that you can understand what it's hearing, because we have to get to that depth. That is the only way that we will move forward in a way that is healthy and actually get through a lot of the things that are ahead. So just wanted to throw out more information. For more information, if you want to go to my website, it's www.Dr.KatherineT.Kelly.com. I also, in my YouTube series, I'm putting more and more videos out on the soul of psychology, also Soul 101. I'm going to be talking about soul age even more, because boy, does soul age make a huge difference in our ability to overcome things and understand the bigger picture of things. So there's a lot of different series I'm going to be coming out with, but for right now, think about your soul. Think about what is being activated and energized and triggered in you right now, and realize that there's something deeper that probably needs to be healed. Thanks for listening. This is Dr. Katherine T. Kelly, and I look forward to talking to you again soon. Bye-bye.